Back again with round 3 of a modern challenge using Black-White Martyr Proc. We win the die roll here. Let's give a little good luck, have fun. And let's take a peek at what we're dealing with. Hopefully a better opener. Again, asking me to be greedy just like in last game. One lander, but if we draw a land, this hand is phenomenal. I'm going to ship it this time because there's only one removal spell to get us by. It doesn't get better, it actually gets worse. We have to keep and take a peek. It is a land, so we're happy there. Keep that on top, and that may keep us alive. Let's hope we didn't need that path because the hand got much worse. We can't go down to 5 though. Let's hope we didn't need that path in the first 3 turns. Opponent starts with the Flooded Strand, doesn't crack it right away, so that indicates to me a control deck, which means we have some time to set up, but it also means our hand is just okay. We do have Martyr into Serra to pressure and get a path, and then hopefully Ranger comes down without being countered. They Hallowed Fountain. We actually like this hand against blue-white control or blue-white miracles. There's the Colonnade. We do want to get to game 2 and get to our Gideons and such, and our Avacyn though. We draw the path we didn't need. We play a Martyr here. Be able to crack it for 15 life. And this, we're in for a longer video here. Because honestly, the best way we beat control is the clock. It is very and it, again, just like in game 2, I said it feels scumbaggy to say, but it's a part of MTGO that the clock matters. So we tried to be greedy with Martyr there, didn't get it, and we'll crack now. And with the proc, we don't mind if our Serra gets countered. We obviously love it to resolve. But a counter spin on a Serra is a counter that's not spent on one of these 2 Rangers. And our opponent, I don't think our opponent has the ability to stop that yet. So we got the Shrine here, tap Shrine for Serra Ascendant, and have a 6/6. Our opponent opts. Scries to the bottom. Let's get the graveyards out here. And opponent's turn. You're happy just skipping their turn. They do path. So after the path, we run out a Ranger, I feel like. This is one of our best chances to resolve it, and if they don't have a counter, we're golden. If they do have a counter, we get a counter. Yeah, we love that. We love taking a, what did they exile? The land. We love taking Logic Knot fuel. That's real. We cannot pay 1 for Logic Knot, so Ranger is countered, and we pass the turn. Throw the exile pile up there for you, because we're gonna need it. They can't activate Colonnade yet. They can cast a Jace here. It's a Gideon. Giddy. They emblem right away, which is smart, I feel like. but now they are tapped out and need to be able to answer this Ranger that I cast. We'll get Serra and Ballista here. And we'll keep up the land in case they try to attack us with Gideon. It is rare that you get the opportunity to resolve a Ranger against a control deck. It makes sense because Gideon protects itself from Ranger. But you got to take it when you can get it and draw some cards. Opponent ups. We're still behind the opponent in clock, which is a bummer. We're starting to catch them, but play a field rune. We're going to take a colonnade right away. Probably should tap the Ghost Quarter for that, but that's okay. They'll float it. And now that we can forecast proc every turn, we're going to get Serra down. Worst thing that happens here is they go, like, they can Path the Serra, they can Wrath the Serra. Path hurts. Path definitely hurts. Snap Path. Snap Path. Nope. Yep, so now we're getting punished for tapping the way we did. But what we can do, which is interesting, so we can take it, get our last basic out, or we can do this. Add a black. Since they're over-committing with such few cards in hand, I'm going to bank on the notion that they don't have another answer, like they don't have a Wrath, or don't want to spend a Wrath, and get a 2-for-1. So I'm going to bank that Orzhov Charm, returning it to my hand in response, is a good call here. If they counter it, we're in trouble. They will counter, which is fine. Because now we get the land back in the form of a swamp. So a weird trade there, but we take it. Trying to keep the Serra alive was a big priority for us there. Trying to protect the Serra was a massive priority for us there. They'll shrink, or they'll zap Ranger, no damage. Swing in with snap. We will not take that. Not throw it in front. And let's see what they're able to do. Let's just see here if they can stop this. If they're unable to counter a Ranger here, they're in trouble. They can't counter the Ranger. So we'll get both of our Serras now. And we'll cast one right away, try to get it in the graveyard for that proc. Let's see if they have a Wrath. Drawing 2 cards from Hieroglyphic Illumination. We do have to be conscious of the clock here. Opponent taps for something big. Teferi? Terminus. Terminus is a bummer because it puts him on the bottom. Yep. We were hoping for the Wrath there, didn't get it. They're tapped out. Opponent's tapped out though. Now we have Emeria. Now we have Serra. Now we have Ballista for 2. If they have another one, we say dang, but that seems like a misclick on our opponent's part. To shock it and then path it. I will happily let them path it. I don't have a basic. So that's a good play on their part. Earlier in the tournament I was saying, oh yeah, 8 land destruction spells, way better than 6 land destruction spells. Here you see where the more basics could have played a significant role. We're going to try to get Gideon off the board here. And they have a Condemn. At this point, we need to let our opponents start taking their time with their plays. We also need to draw some land cards, some fetches, to get Emeria online. Emeria and back Ranger is going to be what we do. Opponent is playing smart, not attacking us. Opponent will get our Proclamation here. Which we're fine with. We're not happy about, but we're fine with that. Now that we're getting closer to Emeria. We're also fine with opponent making decisions. Cleansing Nova. Not very good in this matchup. Fine, but not great. We're going to take V-click damage for a while. Not too long, but we will take a couple hits from a V-click without much complaint. Come on over, V-click. Yeah, we can still survive a couple V-click hits and activate Serra. Or get Serra online, I should say. Squad goals. They didn't take the proc, which seems like a mistake. We'll run a squad goal into an opt. Let's see if they find the counter for it. Squadron Hawk answers a V-click really tidily if they didn't find the counter for it. Cryptic, counter, draw. Classic. Next turn, we start proccing back Martyr. Even 6 life is enough. And we'll take the opportunity to pass the V-click now. We're starting to get in front of our opponent in terms of clock. It's a 5-second difference right now. Our turns are about to take a little bit of time because of the proc, but not a terrible amount. Just really doesn't matter what we draw here. Put the clock on our opponent. They do get our Ghost Quarter, which is a bummer, because now we need to draw land before we can Martyr. That'll be a really nice draw, even though they're starting to get their card total up, is a Crucible. Crucible would be a great draw here. There's the Teferi. Teferi is very difficult for Martyr to deal with. Gideon at least often becomes a creature, so there's the option to path it. Marsh Flats is a good card. Small argument for playing the Kami there. Gearhawk. Whew. Some decks run that, some don't, I think. Maybe most do. I don't know. That's bad. Now we're really salty about not playing the Kami. Our mission here is to obviously get our opponent down to 10 minutes. That might not happen with a Gearhawk. Gearhawk is a problem. Gearhawk is going to be hard for us to deal with. It is a 5/6. And then the Colonnade as well. Whew. Coming in for a lot of damage if they get in here. It would be really, really funny. They have 7 cards in hand, so they could counter it. Some decks, though, run not Secure the Waste, the Wrath, 4-mana Wrath that exiles and gives them basics. The name will come to me, but everyone knows what I'm talking about. Wrath to Exile, they call it. The official name always escapes me. We'll get Martyr back, gain some life. Leave up a black-white source. If we draw land, we... Are they trying to nimble obstructionist this? They seem to try to nimble obstructionist that. It'll activate without blocking, which is a bummer. We obviously want to we want to take as little damage as possible in this game right now, but there's no reason to let our creature get past there. So a lot of people diss my deck and ask me why I play it. This is one of the few matchups where I agree with them. At times this matchup can be fun, but often it is just a lot of what feels like pointless clicking, pointless hitting the 2, pointless doing a lot of things. A lot of interesting things happen in this matchup for sure, but often it just feels awful. It just never feels fun. So control mirrors, the more they happen in Modern, the less fun this deck gets. Control is fun to play against a non-control deck. However, the more this deck gets played, and it's really popular, especially online, the more people who are playing this deck, the less fun I have with Martyr. That's not true about Grixis. So some folks are saying the new Nicol Bolas will make Grixis a deck. It will kind of be Grixis's Teferi. And Grixis already has access to Jace. So it will give Grixis all the materials it needs to be very good. And I've always enjoyed playing against Grixis. Like, I have never been upset playing against Grixis. It's has typically been more favorable. The new Nicol Bolas is very powerful though, so we'll see. I don't know though. Who knows? We'll see. Modern is about to get very fascinating between Horizons and, the new slate of walkers. I think Karn will find a cool home in Modern. I think Gideon Tribal could be really fantastic in Modern with the new Gideon. I think War of the Spark has a lot of ability to put cool stuff into Modern. And I think the stuff it has printed already could be very cool in Modern. I also think, Modern Horizons, who knows? Who knows what that's going to do? Obviously, Blue-White's going to get better with a counterspell or with God. If they put Force of Will or Daze, like Blue-White gets incredible. Arguably bannable, but I don't know what you take. Surgically, my Martyr feels good. That feels interesting. But like I'm saying about Modern Horizons, it's tough. It's going to make the good decks better. I hope it does the same to open up design space. Like, I'm playing right now a deck not a lot of people play that could use a tool or two. Like, if Modern Horizons has Vindicate, obviously Martyr Proc gets better. If Modern Horizons has Mother of Runes, I think the format becomes ridiculous, but obviously this deck gets better because Ranger gets better when Mother of Runes is in the format. So there's a lot that could happen, and I'm excited to see what it does. Obviously there is some fear, though. There's definitely some fear about what's next. We're back to the game now. Let's see what they can counter. Let's see if they can counter a Ranger of Eos, is the big question here. They don't counter a Kami. I'm going to actually try to cast a Ghostly Prison here. Taxing their mana seems okay. And that allows me to resolve. Oh. So they've had a disallow. I thought they were trying to nimble Obstructionist our Martyr activations and our procs. They were going for the disallow. Okay. Sure. Serra is functionally useless now with no martyrs in the deck. Like, we're dead. We are not winning this game, but we have the advantage of clock. And the more we make them do to stop up to kill us, the more likely we are to win game 2. Like I said, it feels scumbaggy. It doesn't feel fun. At a real tournament, I would have conceded already. However, chess clock is a thing. Pardon my dog there. Heard something outside. I'm actually gonna. No, that feels bad. Let's block there. There's the emblem. They still have to kill us. We have 6, we have 8 lands. So we can proc Kami back a couple times before we lose the ability to do so. And we will do just that. Let's see if they have another disallow type effect. Hot sauce. Snapcaster disallow. Disallow is a fun card. It's 2 mana? 3 mana. I feel like Nimble Obstructionist is just better there. I guess Nimble Obstructionist can't counter a spell. So you can use it. Yeah, so, I don't know. I feel like I run Nimble Obstructionist there. I feel like I legitimately run Nimble Obstructionist there. Let's throw down some Serras for the blocks. While we still have a bunch of mana. I don't know. I love Nimble Obstructionist. That card is an incredible card. Not that Disallow is a bad card by any stretch of the word. I guess the ability to just cast a cancel becomes very good. Let's see how fast our opponent can turbo me. Jace and Teferi are such a good tag team. Going back to what I was saying about Jace with Nicol Bolas, I don't know. Not being able to do this is where this deck eats. So I worry, I do. We are on a 2-turn clock, so we'll get our opponent down to 11 minutes to beat us with. It took them 14 minutes to get us this time. They'll have 11 next time. Let's see. Let's see if they can stop this. So we're dead. I'm going to try a proc here. A very expensive proc, and they get it. Nope. Can't pay the 2 for Spell Pierce. We do force them to tick their clock down even further. Looking, I would guess 10 minutes, 30 seconds to our 11 minutes, 30 seconds. Nope, 10:45 to our 11:35. 10:50. So the times right now are 10:51 to 11:36. I'm sorry that this is what you're watching. I know it's not fun to just watch someone clock. It's probably less fun for my opponent if my opponent's watching this. Like, I'm sorry, friend. You're playing your deck well, but my deck can't really beat yours, unfortunately. It gets better. Like, I just brought in 10 cards, and I'm able to take out a bunch of cards. I'm able to get rid of most of these Wraths. I think we keep the Nova in because it can kill enchantments. We keep the Nova in because it can kill enchantments. Take our proc, one proc out. We take all but one Ghostly Prison out. One Ghostly Prison resolving could be good. We can get rid of some of these Orzhov Charms and a Path, leaving us with 7 ways to answer creatures plus the Gideons. That gets us down to 1. We're able to keep all the Squadron Hawks in, all the Rangers in, Ballista. Anything else wants to come in? I mean, so there's an outside argument here for Runed Halo to just name a Colonnade, name a Torrential Gearhawk, name a thing. Maybe a Disenchant for, we didn't see it, but it stands to reason that they're running as Kanta. We didn't see it, and we saw most of their deck. Our opponent says, good game. Just gonna be nice to them. Let's go 61. So I told him, sorry if it ends up being the clock that decides it. This seems mostly fine. Do we bring in all that to not have something in our opening hand is the question there. Start with an Emeria and pass. So it becomes imperative to pass with the number 2 button rather than the 1. They get my Emeria off the board immediately. They're going in for a long haul here if that's their game plan. Woo! That is fascinating. Field of Ruin is great here. I'm going to hold up Field of Ruin for a while. We are trying to... And that makes it even better. We're going to take 2 here to try to resolve a Ranger. Being ahead of that far ahead of them is a massive priority, and if they start saying, well, I'm going to just let things happen because of the clock, we start smashing their face. I kind of told them it was the clock, which might have been a mistake on my part to say that. Like, this is a good ethical question. If anyone's actually watching this, talk to me in the comments about, you know, MTGO in the clock. If our opponent kind of messes around and rushes, they lose. There's a Jace. They're going to lose that Jace right away, but they get to filter their hand. It's a very expensive Brainstorm. Out here paying 4 mana to Brainstorm in Modern and not do it on loop. Just in case they have something bizarre, we're going to send both at the Jace. And then crack Martyr. Oh! That was bad. Let's just cast another Ranger then. Ugh. See? This is why you don't rush. This is why you 100% don't rush. And a Ballista. Play a Plains, go. Still ahead. Still alive. Here's the Teferi. Gain some life here. Gain some actual life here. And then Anguished Unmaking the Teferi. While they're getting still good on that. Let's see the hand. Extirpate their Jace. They don't realize they can't do anything in response to it. Lyra Dawnbringer, Disallow. Disallow is the only spell we have to worry about that's in their hand. And they can just disallow this, but then we cast another one. We know they have it, so it's smart for them to disallow that. Lyra Dawnbringer coming down. Path that right away. And they path back. This is where these games get good, when both of us are kind of just like, brah, do stuff as quick as possible. Let's get a Ballista down for 3. Let's just tap out. Let's just have a 4/4 Ballista here. Having a touchscreen makes it easier to go fast. Gotta go fast here. We'll put the Ballista in the bottom of the yard. Our opponent can't win this game, really. Okay, now our opponent can win this game. Serra Ballista. Serra comes down. Land comes down. We played the Marsh Flats to try to bait them into not attacking. As far as the clock goes, we have like 20 seconds. So this is the game that decides it. If we win this game, we're 2-1. If we lose this game, hey, we baited them into not attacking. Destroy all creatures. Okay. They have 0 cards in hand. And we have our Ballista again. So we'll cast it for big money, no whammies. We will leave up enough to Field of Ruin. Let's actually make it a versatile thing. And we'll leave up enough mana to cast Field of Ruin. Stop. I'm not saying stop to this, I'm saying stop to my phone that's buzzing. I'm trying so hard to focus because this just became such a difficult matchup. It went from 0 to 60 in a literal heartbeat. Let's see if they activate the call, and they do. I can't tell which one they activated. There it is. So we'll sacrifice. They don't know that we don't have a path. Crucible would be a great draw here. Crucible would be just incredible. Ranger's just as good. Kind of speed this up. Keep. Should have casted that Martyr. My phone is blowing up over something that is irrelevant. What's the plan here? Terminus? Terminus. So we'll ping 2 and then let Ballista go back to the grave, to the whatchamacallit. We'll ping 2 here and let Ballista go back. Birds are amazing right now. We love a bird right now. Oh my, was that a draw and a half. No! My phone will not stop buzzing. and is the single most distracting thing. Play Marsh Flats, pass. They are now in front of us in the clock. There's the Crucible we've been dying to see for 2 turns. So the times now are 4:39 to 4:50. I gotta give my opponent some credit. They are really something right now. Okay. I'm just gonna breathe for a second. We're just gonna breathe for a second. This has been such an entertaining game. We need to, it's the clock. We need to either keep a hand that kills them quickly, but I don't think there is a hand we can have that kills them through counter magic. So it becomes an imperative to just play magic, hit the 2 button, to just play lands, hit the 2 button, and say go. While also being able to be like, oh, you tapped out Walking Ballista, blah. This is fine. Keep. So now they're casting stuff, getting behind us in time. We have to look at the clock very diligently here. We're getting a couple seconds here. Not gonna have any time to breathe before round 4. Brainstorm. Oh, they're fate sealing me. But I have 10 seconds now, which is enough time to fetch and cast a Ranger and fetch from Ranger. There, I hit on clock again. I may have just lost the game to that. My phone has buzzed at least 20 times during this game, and I am not a popular person by any stretch of the word. Back in the lead on clock, cryptic command, tap. Ah, Godless Shrine, damn it. I am sorry I'm being so quiet. I am just so honed in to trying to win this clock. I don't know what my opponent's game plan is, but it probably is better than mine. At this point, we just attack. Oh, they're taking their time. Oh my god, Godless Shrine. Are we ahead now? We are. There, they opt. Do they get it? No, I don't. Yeah, that sucks. Wow, what a frustrating matchup. They're going to make this deck better in Modern Horizons. They just are. They're going to make this deck better in Modern. Any blue or white spell they print makes this deck better in Modern Horizons. We're X2. I'm going to approach this like a GP right now. It is hard to get over how frustrating that loss is. Maybe we extirpate sooner. We were just thinking so quickly that we forgot we could just extirpate the cryptics because that's the only way they beat us. Thinking it out loud might have helped. Really, really disappointing. Just really disappointing. See you in the next one. We're going to try to shake it off.